Hi and hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back and welcome. If you are a return viewer or subscriber, my name is Nima and this is Here is Nima, where we talk about all things fashion, beauty, lifestyle, feminine essence, a feminine energy, self-love and development, thriving in your single season, travel, and so much more. So welcome and welcome back everybody again. I am so excited for today's video. I'm actually fresh out of Galentine's. So I just got back home from a Galentine's event and I decided, well, it was all cute and, you know, Galentine's gussied up. Let me go ahead and film a video for y'all. So this was actually a topic that came up for me that I knew I wanted to record on throughout this week. So I'm sure I will end up posting this video around Valentine's Day. So very timely, very, demure, very cutesy, all the things. So as you can see the title above, marriage, marriage is always the goal. And I'm probably going to end up adding this to my Thriving in Your Single Season playlist. As we are thriving in our single season, understanding that we are not just meant to thrive in our single season, okay? I think it can become a place of like, you feel very safe, you feel very secure, you feel very, okay in your singleness. A lot of times, especially if you've been single for a prolonged period of time, even though you want to be married, even though marriage is something that you know you want for yourself, that single, like just being in your single season, and obviously we're not just sitting around twiddling our thumbs, right? No, like we're living life, we're thriving, we're creating, we are growing, we're being our best selves and living our best lives. That's exactly what thriving in your single season is all about. However, it's like you are in this season and you're taking everything that you can take from it. You're learning, you're growing, you're going, you're doing things, you're going out, you're meeting people, you're dating, you're having relationships, all of the things. But I think that a lot of times we can kind of get to a point where we do feel in a way like complacent, or just kind of like thinking that, okay, well, that's just, so far off into the future, like where I'm going to meet my person and when I'm going to actually get into that season of marriage. Or, letting yourself and your fear of the unknown sabotage, a good thing. And not allowing yourself to move forward in certain relationships, and with certain people who are not bad for you, but who are showing up for you and exactly in the way that you want them to. And then it's like, oh, like, you're creating all these problems in your head, and you're making up all of these excuses as to why you can't have this, why you can't be with them, why this isn't going to work. And it's like, we can sometimes become so just complacent and just like comfortable in the safety and the familiarity of our singleness and our single season. And quite frankly, something that prompted a lot of these thoughts that I'm sharing with you today is, I think her name is It's So Wet. I'm going to put it in the video somewhere. Whitney, who I don't know if y'all know, you probably do if you're a social media person and you listen to like some of that content out there. There's so much content out there. People making fun of what it's like to be dating these days, what it's like to be single and all the things. But I will say Whitney is really great. Like, she is a Christian woman comedian who also would post like, videos and content about just making fun of the things that we go through when we are single. And, especially just being Christian and certain kind of things that people experience. And she would just kind of like, make fun. And it really was fun. And it was funny to watch her. And I think she was best known for an interview that she gave, because she would do interviews too, and she would be serious. And, but she was a comedian, truly. She is a comedian, truly. And she's funny. I find her funny. So I follow her on Instagram, and, I would watch her videos from time to time, and it would make me laugh, and it would just make me kind of think and be like, okay, you know, I'm reading the comments, and I'm like, okay, a lot of people are experiencing the same kind of things right now, you know, and this is a season, you know, and it truly is a season, which is why I, you know, titled this video playlist Thriving in Your Single Season, because A, we're going to thrive, and B, it's a season. It's a season of life. It is not your life. It is not who you're meant to be. This is not somebody that you just are. And I have a family member who I realized was looking at themselves as a single mom, who was looking at themselves as a like that's a part of their identity. Like, I'm a single mom. Well, don't ever become a single mom. Oh, well, wait, when you're a single mom, and it's like, yeah, but you were a single mom, but you didn't, like, just, nobody is like stamping your forehead single mom to say that you have to be a single mom for the rest of your life. Like, this is just some doomed curse, and you are just doomed to singlehood for the rest of your life, and that's it. Like, nobody is doing that. Nobody is doing that. How many women were single moms at one point who moved on to be happily married and raising their children with a partner by their side? Tons and tons and tons and tons of women have done it and will do it and continue to do it. So, and these are perfectly good, healthy, normal relationships. Nothing crazy. Okay? So my whole point in this video is basically to just shed light on the fact that, back to Whitney, right? She recently got married. After years and years and years of posting this content and, you know, being in her own single season, and even though she was finding success, I would definitely say she was thriving in her own, you know, personal journey, or her journey of content creation. And, you know, there were so many things I would say, like, throughout her own single season that she did share publicly, where I would definitely say, yeah, girl, you was thriving and you still thriving. But, you know, and proceeding to her getting married. And, you know, it's just like, she got married, posted it. It wasn't like this whole long drawn out thing. It wasn't like, okay, we're going to date for 1,000,000 years and then we're going to wait and see if we get engaged. It was nothing crazy like that. It was none of that. You know, she got exactly what she had been praying for. She got exactly what she had been believing for. And this man came into her life and he was sure. And that was it. That was literally it. Within the matter of a couple of months, they were married. They were aligned in their beliefs. They were aligned in everything that they wanted and made it happen. And that's literally it. It's literally it. So we're not talking about, you know, a miracle per se. You know, even though it might feel like that, because I know we can get hard on ourselves sometimes. Quite frankly, I just feel like, again, this is a season. There's no need to attach this label of being single to who you are and what, you know, you're meant to have in this life, in this world. I claim marriage all the time. You can ask anybody who's ever met me. I claim it all the time. It doesn't matter when it's going to happen. It's going to happen. But the thing is, not under any circumstances. And y'all already know my stance on that. The people that are close to me and that are my friends, and we talk about these things on a regular basis, they know me, they know my heart, they know exactly what it is I mean when I say not under any circumstances. Obviously, to get married is one thing, but to get married and be intentional about what kind of marriage you want and what kind of a spouse you want, and not being willing to just get married for the sake of getting married, but actually being intentional when it comes to what it is that you want this marriage to be, and taking steps towards that, you know, by, number one, choosing the right partner, and, you know, all of those things, et cetera, right? You know, that may not happen, you know, overnight for a lot of people. It may for some, and it may not for others, and there's a reason for that, you know? I will say, when it comes to Whitney, she inspired so many people. She, you know, made us laugh, but she also made us, you know, understand that, like, this is a very, very common, you know, thing that a lot of us millennials, I will say, millennials and even Gen Z are experiencing in these current times. And it's not something to feel bad about. It's not something to, you know, it's something we can laugh about, and we can continue to live our lives, and we can continue to grow, and we can continue to thrive in our single season. Okay, that's the title, and the title and also the series. Okay, we can continue to do that, but we can also understand that, you know, this is not a death sentence, okay? This is not who you are. This is a season of life that you are going through. And after this season, you will be able to reflect upon it. You will be able to take lessons that you've learned from this season and use them in your life to further continue to grow, continue to flourish in your marriage, and grow within your marriage, and grow together within your marriage. Okay, you are going to be able to also just be grateful for everything that you have been able to acquire, you know, in the span of from your singleness to the time that you reach that marriage point, from to the time where you know, you're celebrating 5, 10, 15, 20 years of marriage, etc., etc. You're also going to be able to bless other people by, you know, being able to share the lessons that you've learned in your single season. So for me, I'm at the point where I will say I am just super duper content. I already know what my future holds because I've already decided what it is for me. And at this point, I'm just chilling. I'm just enjoying life, and I am just, I actually planned this Galentine's event. So that's the type of stuff I like to do. I like to get together with my friends. I like to go have dinners and drinks, and I like to travel, and I like to, you know, plan things and host, and I like to get cute, and I like to shop, and I like to decorate my home, and I like to, you know, watch my favorite shows and eat yummy foods, and I like to exercise, and I like I'm literally just like naming you all the things that I like to do when I'm not busy. And it's actually making me really happy even just talking about it. So yeah, look, I'm just a girl. I'm literally just out here living my life. Like, I'm living my joy every single day. And I highly encourage those of you who resonate with me and my content. Like, that's exactly what we should all be doing. That's a part of thriving in your single season. I love self-development. You guys know this. That's a pillar of one of the things that I love, and one of the things that I share with you guys on my channel. Setting goals, achieving them, you know, and just going for the next thing, and continuing to, you know, increase, you know, just my success in my life, and to celebrate those wins with my loved ones, and with, you know, you guys. Obviously, like, this is like my video diaries. These YouTube videos where I come on and I share thriving in my single season, self-development, all these things, even my health and weight loss, and like beauty, and all of those things. You know, these are the video diaries that, you know, I'm going to be able to come back and look to and say, okay, like, this was me. This is literally a part of my life's work, my life's legacy. So, you know, and I'm grateful for that. Like, I love that. So I'm literally just out here doing it. Like, not following any type of roadmap, except for just following my desires. And that, again, it just comes from, you know, the more inner work that you do, which really is just unconditioning yourself from all of the things that we've been conditioned into in our current day, in our current society. and being able to really tune into those natural God-given desires. And that's what is going to lead you forward. And that is what I've really been paying more attention to in my life currently, is allowing those God-given desires to lead me forward. And, allowing myself to trust my intuition. Look, I know what the next step is. Even if they don't know, I know it's within me, and I know what's right for me. I don't have to go asking a million different people, because I already know, and I'm ready to take that step. Whenever I feel that I'm ready, I'll know that I'm ready, and I'll do it. And that's how I live my life, guys, like, honestly. And I will say, like, I consider myself to be thriving in my single season. Am I at my highest potential? No, but I just have so much of a surety, and I have so much, like, just faith and just a very, like, calm and peaceful heart and spirit when it comes to just knowing that everything is going to unfold just as it should. Everything is going to happen just as it should. I think Whitney was a great example of that, because even though, she was going through it, she was, she shared that openly, that, she was, trying, but she kind of ended up just being like, meh, maybe kind of falling into what we were talking about earlier in the video, that trap of maybe I am just, meant to be single, and maybe I am just, here, and like God, like, it just isn't going to answer this prayer, or maybe it's not for me, or maybe this is just for other people, and it's, all of these different thoughts that are running through our minds, that it's like, that's the enemy, guys. And she, same thing, went through, all of the different sabotage and different things, self-sabotage, for her current relationship. And, but what's for you is going to be for you regardless. And I love this quote that I heard. And I want you guys to take this with you, and then I think I'm going to leave y'all with this. Love this so much. You cannot say the wrong thing to the right person. You cannot say the wrong thing to the right person. And I love that so much, because how many times have you thought that because you said this thing, or you did like you didn't think, and you just said this random thing, and you were like, oh my gosh, like, I shouldn't have said that, or I shouldn't have said it this way, or why did I, give this, my delivery was off, or whatever, like anything. All these little things where you think, okay, this was the reason why this person didn't like me, or this was the reason why this person ghosted me, or this was the reason why the relationship didn't work out, because I said this, because I did that, because... Okay. No, you cannot say the wrong thing to the right person. Do you really think all of these people out here in these relationships who have been married for years and years and years said everything just perfect? Did you really think that they said everything 100% perfectly correct every single time to their husband or wife, and nobody ever got their feelings hurt, nobody ever got offended, nobody ever felt some type of way, and they didn't have to talk that shit out? Because if you really think that, then you just don't know. Exactly. We know that's not true. That's a part of growing together in a relationship. That's a part of loving each other and learning how to love each other. And again, continuing to grow in a relationship. You're learning each other as well. You're also having to confront your own biases, past, disappointments, blocks, certain things. Like, we can do as much healing as we can do in our single season, right, guys? But, like, there's only so much you can do when you're by yourself. Certain things are going to come up when you're actually in the relationship. We're going to be triggered. He's going to be triggered. You're going to be triggered. And those are things that you're going to have to confront in that relationship, in that marriage. There's nothing that can prepare you for that. Besides you going through it, nothing. Nothing. And I realize this because, you see a lot of people, you hear a lot of people that talk about how they're not ready to be in a relationship. They're still working on themselves, or they're still healing, or they're still doing this, doing that. Well, there's only so much you can do when you're by yourself. Sorry. You're going to have to be able to be with another person and deal with their shit. Work on your shit and come together and be able to overcome a lot of those things. A lot of those, limiting beliefs. A lot of those trauma, right? A lot of those hurtful, things from the past and disappointments and biases that we've made and we've created in our minds, judgments, all of these things, they impact relationships. And we have to be able to work through them with each other. But I would say us as women, we have so much power in how we approach our relationships. And I will say also, the more that you do your inner work and the more evolved you become and the more conscious you become, and I've realized this in my own life, okay, you will immediately start to deter people who are not on that same level of consciousness. And you won't even have to do anything. You'll literally show up and you may realize that they like you or they're attracted to you, but they can't talk to you. They can't even approach you. They can't be with you. Definitely not be with you, but they can't even bring themselves to approach you in any real way. They can't, because they already know that this woman is not on my level, is not in my league, and it's not even about appearances. It's literally that your energy is preceding you. And it's a very interesting place to be. But I'm so committed to my inner work, and I'm so committed to my personal growth. And so I know that that's going to also limit the dating pool for me in a sense. I have to be with a man who also loves and values those things, and who wants a woman who loves and values those things in her own way, in her own right, in her own respect. Anyways, guys, I'm going to love you and leave you with all of those thoughts. This was a great video. So happy to be back on camera. And I love you guys. Happy Valentine's Day or Galentine's Day. Celebrate yourself, self-love always, and enjoy your family, enjoy your friends, enjoy your significant other. And if you are single watching this, I encourage you to do something for your future self who is married and enjoying a Valentine's Day with their spouse. Write a letter. Journal and script out an imaginal scene of your perfect Valentine's Day with your husband. I love that. Actually, I might do that. And really just embody that peace, embody that knowing, and embody that feeling that this is going to happen for me. I am not stuck. I am not wearing this label of, well, I'm just single and that's just how it is. No, that's not who you are. That's not how it is. Especially if God has put that desire in your heart for marriage. Okay? You are meant to be a wife. Okay? And you will be. At the right time, at the right place, with the right man. That's something that we need to know, we need to understand, and we need to always keep that at the forefront. And any relationship that we have, we need to always understand that marriage is the goal. Always has been, always will be. And this is just a season. So I'm going to love y'all and leave you. Talk to you later. Bye, guys.